is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. Going beast mode when the game begin. I worked all summer to be a champion. At Venice High School, all we do is win. Man, it feel good to be an Indian.
And welcome to this week's edition of the John Peacock Coaches Show. I'm John Massoni here with Venice Indian head football coach John Peacock. And Coach, I would say a very competitive game on Friday. The Clearwater Central Catholic Marauders came in and with a reputation of being a very good football team, well coached, good record this year. Only one loss down the road, lost to Cardin Mooney. And it was 35-21 win for the Indians. I think an impressive win for us on Friday night.
Yeah, the CCC is a tough football team. Like you said, they're very well coached. Coach Harvey does a great job with those guys. They have athletes on both sides of the ball. I was real impressed with their running back.
Yeah,
had a great
hard
game.
to bring down, man.
He was a tough ball carrier. The quarterback I thought played well. The receivers caught the ball and made plays once they caught the ball. I thought they were a little better, possibly on offense than they were last year. I mean, I know they were missing the stud quarterback they had last year, Newton,
right?
Who's at Indiana,
I believe so.
And that was a big loss for them. But I just thought overall, offensively, they were a little better. Maybe because they didn't have him to lean on, and they didn't just kind of turn to him every time they needed some.
They ran
play.
5 guys out in patterns, and all 5 guys could catch the ball
Yeah.
with their hands and make plays afterwards. I thought our defense in the back end, the secondary, played very well on Friday night because there was a lot of pressure put on them because the quarterback he could get the ball out of his hand pretty quick, make a decision pretty quick.
Yeah, notice that first the first drive, like 3rd and 5. I mean, they ran a speed out and boom, balls on the money on the sideline. Like they knew where they were going. They did a really nice job, and like you said, the receivers did a really good job catching the ball, and he did a good job throwing the ball on time. And it's just I didn't see that a whole lot on film. I thought they played real well.
I think one thing that may have been the difference in the game, I think there was a fatigue factor for CCC.
Oh, God.
I mean, I had not seen that many guys go down with injury, more with cramping, so to speak.
Yeah, that was a lot.
At the end of the half of that game, and it did hurt them in some places because there were some of their better plays. Their quarterback was out of the game for a handful of plays in the fourth quarter. The running back, he ran hard, but he was a little nicked up here and there.
They must have had. I would say they had 10 kids. We had to stop the game 10 times for cramps.
Well, John, if you watched their sideline, like we had a great view, obviously. There was a point where there was like 5 or 6 guys all getting on the sideline, getting cramps worked out. So it was significant. I wouldn't normally mention that, but it made a lot of a difference near the end of the game.
And that was it was a little odd for being this late in the season.
Yeah, it was. But I think I got to think a lot in a test to what we do in regards to our offensive tempo and everything else. They ran some tempo as well. And I think after you get into those kind of games where it seems like you don't realize how much you're going back and forth,
right.
Energy expended and all that, you can run into that kind of a situation.
Yeah. No, they definitely had some issues with cramping.
No doubt about it. We're here again at Bogey's, and again every week it gets a little more crowd like we always say. And you went back to the taco route.
Well, that's the first tacos I had.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
You had the chicken ones the last time.
I did have the chicken ones. You're right. But that was on the specials.
Yes.
Yeah, I went with the beef tacos tonight, and very good.
I know.
I was going to say that
their menu has become more a little. They tweaked it about a year and a half ago, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's been knocking them out of the park. They're doing a great job.
They
with their food.
They do a good job with the Mexican.
Yeah. You said the fajitas. You almost went back to that tonight.
I was almost going to do fajitas, but then I didn't feel like making them, so I just said, just give me the tacos. It's kind of like. Tacos are kind of like pre-made fajitas.
And Francis ate all his food tonight. So that's the tacos are good.
Yeah.
He ate all his food tonight because normally he's 3 wings and a doggy bag or a half a burger. So he gave it the gold star.
Did you get the beef ones?
Yeah,
we both got the beef
ones.
Yeah. They were good.
So come to Bogey's. Again, football season is here. World Series starts. I don't know if we really talk too much baseball ever on the John Peacock Coach
Who's
Show.
in the World Series?
The Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays.
Well, there we go. We talked about it. And I show
O'Shea Ohtani.
Yeah. He's a stud. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to not say that what he did last Friday night was not the best performance ever in the playoffs.
Take the pitching out of it. just to
3
hit
home
him.
runs. I mean, come on. And then you're pitching lights out afterwards. I mean, just an amazing thing.
Yeah.
You always knew there was a potential for this to happen at some point in time because a lot of they said, a lot of baseball players going up the ladder, they're all.
Who's the coach that was pitching to him?
Oh, I don't know. I know.
Hey, let's try this. Let's throw to him. No way he can do it 3 times.
Well,
you know what it reminds me of is when I don't forget who we were playing. They kept kicking the ball to Elliott.
Yeah.
No way he'll get the national record.
That was the first round of the playoffs or whatever last year. Yeah,
and they kept returning for a touchdown.
Yeah. No, it's silly like that. But you're
Speaking
right.
of Elliott, he scored a touchdown.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This past weekend.
Nice, very nice. So alumni's kicking butt all over the country. That's really, really good to hear. But but if we'll go back to with Ohtani, you almost got to be like Barry Bonds with him. Barry Bonds used to get intentionally walked 3 times a game. You almost have to do that at this point.
Oh, I think you hit him.
Well,
especially if he's pitching.
Go for that right elbow, or
why would you not hit him?
Yeah, I mean, they got to shake him up somehow. Right now, he's just in a zone of his own. He's a league of his own at this point as far as what he can do on with both things.
I'm pretty sure I got his rookie baseball card too.
Oh, hold on to that.
Couple.
Put it in and get that nice and sealed and get it all done because that could be a big one. You never know about that. So with that, we'll take our first break of the night. Come back, do the sponsor spotlight, and then the highlights from the CCC Venice game on Friday. Be back here at Bogies right after this.
We'd like to take a minute to acknowledge all of our sponsors that truly make this happen. State College of Florida, Chick-fil-A,
Absolute Aluminum, Jenkins, Lightning Fast Car Wash, Venice Pest Control,
Players, Ryan Brown, Damon Wilson, Trey Burton,
Ships Excavating, AstroTurf, Athletes Perspective Group, X-Tech,
Advanced Asphalt, Sarasota Ford, The Hupp Group,
Bogies of Venice,
and a special thanks to Suncoast Credit Union.
At the Hupp Group at Keller Williams Island Life Real Estate, luxury isn't about price. Luxury is about the experience that we deliver to every client. We are a full-service real estate team offering expert marketing, strategic negotiations, and 5-star communication across every transaction. Our team includes 7 licensed realtors who work together to bring results, experience, and personalized service at every price point. With dedicated in-house marketing, operations, and complementary property styling, we elevate every listing and guide each buyer with precision and care. Over 80% of our business comes from referrals and repeat clients, because at the Hupp Group, every client receives the luxury treatment, no matter the budget. The Hupp Group, strategy, results, luxury.
Hey parents, start your child's savings adventure today with Ernie's Kids Club at Suncoast Credit Union. New members who open a youth savings account get a free 2025 Zoo Tampa Pass, financial literacy activities, and entry into special giveaways. Simply become a member and make an initial deposit of $50 or more to qualify for the Zoo Tampa Pass. Invest in your child's tomorrow while unlocking roaring savings today. Visit suncoast.com/kidsclub or your nearest branch to get started.
Quality education, exceptional value, and endless possibilities. All at State College of Florida. Thinking of starting college or switching careers? Our flexible schedules and student resources will help you get to the finish line. Apply today at scf.edu/letsgo.
Back here at Bogies and the John Peacock Coaches Show. And Coach, every week at this time we talk about our sponsor spotlight, and this week sponsor spotlight goes on Sarasota Ford.
Yeah, Matt Buchanan, the owner of Sarasota Ford, is, grateful enough to help us and
absolutely
sponsor our team. And we do still have a lot of guys that buy their trucks from Sarasota Ford.
Yes.
Coach Shannon bought his truck at Sarasota Ford. I know Pete Dombrowski bought his truck at Sarasota Ford. Coach Coleman bought his truck at Sarasota Ford. So when you're looking for a car and you're going to get a Ford, you might as well go up there.
Yeah, no.
And they have an awesome I know we talked about this before. They have an awesome waiting area.
Oh, the cookies, right? Is it?
There's cookies, and it's just a really, really cool place. They have great chairs. I don't have a Ford, but sometimes when I'm driving by, I'll go hang out in the waiting area, get a couple cookies, get a drink, and kind of relax. And, they have whatever on the TV. Especially, it's great to go by there on a Saturday afternoon when the games are on,
Absolutely.
catch a quarter or so, and
Just
then
relax and have a conversation.
no one bothers you. You can go get as many cookies as you want. You can relax, get yourself a drink, and then
Well, that's something I may have to try at some point.
it's meant to be for the service department. So,
but you can walk in there and you never know what you're going to find for a deal. You can walk in there and there could be a deal that day, and it strikes you to
it's a win-win because you get to relax, have a few cookies.
And it's funny that how people are very brand loyal with their vehicles,
Right.
and Ford trucks are.
I had a Ford.
extremely-
That was my first one.
Yep.
Explorer.
I had a Ford for years too, so there's no
Yep.
doubt. But guys, when you're looking for a deal, a bargain, some cookies on a Saturday afternoon,
And the service department as well.
service department as well.
I guess that's the kicker if you're going to get your car serviced, you can go there, relax while it's getting serviced.
Absolutely right. So Sarasota Ford, if you're looking for a new vehicle or service or
And
whatever it may be.
And the Buchanans do a lot for all of our schools, really. I think they
that's-
show support for. I know for a fact for Riverview and Sarasota, and I want to say Booker as well, and of course I'm sure they do Cardamone
When you look at their market,
because he is a Cougar.
when you look at your market, you can cover that whole area.
Yeah,
It's
and
good
I
that-
think this is a smart thing too, as well as I just named 3 of our coaches who
right, exactly.
who all live in Venice who got cars
Exactly.
from Sarasota Ford.
There's no doubt about it. So something to it. So
Yeah.
thank you to them, and let's go see the highlights of the CCC Venice game on Friday night.
Okay.
Let's go.
Again, this week we started the game off very similar to Riverview with Darion Jones had a big run.
He's running the ball really well. 118 yards on Friday night. So, and that little bit of patience right there to wait and then pop it to the outside, knowing he's got enough speed to get out there. That's a real skill and a real tool that he has.
They actually called that back. I don't know. I'm still not sure why, but
Normally in that situation,
but
it's
we came back and we had a nice run here on third and 11. Third and 11 call. We go to Tyree. Quick pitch and he was able to pick it up.
7 carries, 67 yards. I think he had on
Yeah, it was
Friday.
like 10 yards a carry. And then he got it done again through the air. Like he made some big plays in the passing game. They doubled him everywhere he went. This is the first game this year where no matter what formation we were in,
they doubled him.
he got doubled. And you'll see what happens when you start doing that.
And here's a great play for Dorian Lewis.
Yeah, Dorian Lewis had a great job here. We had 10 guys chasing Tyree and Darion and
that was perfectly set up with that little
Yep.
pass early, and then the run, and then boom to Dorian. So he cashes in that one carry for a 33-yard touchdown. So
Yeah.
good for him.
Defensively, I don't think it was our best performance. We did do some good things at the end of the game.
This was the
and
this
botched
hit. I
snap
was
on
so
the-
worried for that poor kicker when Ashari hit him. I'm like, get up, please. But he got up, a little guy, and really Ashari didn't hit him that hard. He
It was almost
pushed
like he
him
was
down.
nice to
Yeah,
him.
he was. He didn't lower his shoulder.
And Iredale had a good night carrying the ball. So did John Ford. So did Darion and Tyree. We did a lot of good things carrying the ball. And you see Tyree, he's just so explosive. Getting
And
him the
strong.
ball.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's not even. He hasn't even
Strong, fearless. Yeah,
He hit the weight room at this point.
Yeah, wait till you see him next year. That's gonna be a little different story. But you see Ira here with a nice touchdown.
Set up his block nice there as well, and good blocking downfield.
Yeah, really, the CCC kind of picked their poison when they decided they were going to just double
Right.
Tyree wherever
Right.
he went, and see another nice carry there by John Ford.
And they've all got their own style,
Yep.
and works for them. Like there's Darion again with that little hesitation, and then pops through the hole for a nice pickup for him on that one. Second quarter now.
This was
out the door.
I mean, just see how fast he is right there.
And it was a heck of a throw because
Yeah.
if it was behind him a little bit, he might have got 10, not 50.
I think the one thing about him is when he's catching the ball, and you'll see that when these other kids catch the ball, there's no change in pace in his running.
No. I didn't have the actual stat line or for height and weight for number 78 for them. But that's it.
It should say huge. He was huge.
He has to be 6'7" at least.
Yeah. And that right there wasn't a really good play by him, but if people were watching when we started talking about him, but he got a lot better. He's a lot better.
Year?
Yeah, he's a lot better football player than he was last year. You see him right there. I mean, he's all over Shari. Like he just is so big and long, and he'll just eat you up.
And wherever he goes to go to college, they're going to get him right as far as footwork and speed and everything else.
Great catch by Colton Lynch.
Yeah.
See, that's another thing. Like they kind of sold out. The corners kind of sold out in the run game, and we were able to take advantage of that.
There's Ira again.
Yep.
Hard runner, but it does make you a little nervous sometimes. He's giving it everything he's got. Just got to make sure he holds on that ball security.
Yep. He's got to be conscious about that. Especially if you're a guy that fights for extra yards like that, you got to be real conscious of it.
The little trick play right there.
Well, it's not really. It's really a base play.
Just how you hand the ball off to him.
Yeah, I always, instead of turning and throwing to him, like pitching to him, we've been working on it every day in practice, so they're pretty good. He didn't trust himself a whole lot right there, but
but it went fine. It was right in his hands.
Oh, it's perfect, and it's perfect in practice.
And there's Dale again with a nice little run.
Like
right
I said,
there.
he fights for every inch. He makes you pay for it when you're tackling him. See, here's Tyree's couple runs. You see right now, he's so close to.
Yeah, if he gets past that one guy right there, he can split the defenders, and he's out the door. And their quarterback he's a big guy, bulky guy.
Yeah, real big
and
guy.
Man, you just watch everybody bounce off of him. Good play right there. That's is that Neely?
No. That was Morse.
Morse. Okay, Dylan Morse.
See Testa with a catch there. Like I said, we didn't have our best game on defense on Friday night.
No, they definitely got some yardage against this. There's no doubt about that.
But they did step up when the game was on the line and we had to get a stop, and they took advantage of it.
Again, patience until there is no more time to go there, and that's a coverage sack for sure.
Yeah.
And nice play here because that had worked a few times, and I think
it worked for their first touchdown, I believe.
Judson on there and the tackle. Yes, it did.
Again, Tyree with the ball. I mean, just every time he touches the ball, it's like, watch out.
Again, running hard, running like a running back.
Yeah.
Putting his head down and fighting for that extra yardage.
You're inches away there from breaking it again.
Exactly.
We got our jumbo package there late. I was kind of waiting to see what they were going to do with Tyree in this package, and they still put somebody out there and doubled them, and it just gave us advantage in numbers in the run game.
A nice stiff arm right there too to get in the end zone. Shows you how big he is when he can put an arm out there and just push him away. And that was a momentum builder. I mean, everybody seemed to pick up their energy level even more so after that touchdown. Plenty of time to throw.
This is a great play by Colton Lynch as well. Good job by Darian buying time. And then he could smell the end zone and gets up in there.
That was athletic, and he came back to the quarterback.
And he spiked the ball. I didn't notice that till right then.
I didn't either.
That's
what helps when the lights are going on and off, because you don't see that stuff too much. This is a big play, I believe, here. One coming up here.
Hayes.
Yeah.
Hayes did a good job there.
And then Walker Brown makes a play on fourth down, one-on-one with the.
Well, that was the kind of the deal breaker. They were going down to tie it, and then turned it around. We went up 14 after that.
It was a weird play where the ball got knocked out. Here it is right here.
Yeah, yep.
Hits that out of his hand, and there it is. And here comes Walker Brown. He's the last guy, and right there, just short of the first down. Just a fantastic play.
That was a huge play.
That took – because if he didn't make the tackle, he's going to score.
That's what I was talking about. They did a good job of answering, and then, offensively we did a good job turning the favor and come right back down and kind of sealing the game up.
When you go a little heavy here, when you put I'm forgetting his name now. He was Hamilton. Yeah, Hamilton.
That's our ham bone package.
That's what you call it?
Yeah, ham bone. And then we get Mock back there. That's chicken wing. That's our chicken wing personnel. And then when we have our goal line, that's the jumbo. Jumbo. But this is ham bone personnel.
And he runs right behind the block. Nice big long run for him right there.
Yeah, that was huge.
And it's not he's doing more of that now when he's getting more comfortable. But you can see he can stay in the pocket all day and make throws too.
John has a nice run here too.
Yeah.
He actually we had a penalty and then we got kind of backed up and then we do it again.
I think he scores here.
And Ford has a nice run here as well.
Again, as the weeks have gone by, Macho being hurt, these guys are starting to show more and more confidence with the ball.
Yeah.
It'll help you a lot going forward. And there's a good play right there and scoots through.
And that kind of sealed the deal. And then defense had to answer the bell one more time, and they came up with an interception by, I can't remember, was it Walker Brown?
No, it was Dale. It was the younger Dale.
Oh, yeah.
Irel
Dale, yeah.
There's a sack there first. Kind of a hole, but everybody got their sack.
Yep.
That was Huff.
That was Letts, right?
No, it was Judson.
Oh, yeah. Letts should have had him. Then Judson kind of got the sack, yeah. And that was it. That was the game. We had a.
I think this is there.
Oh no, they're a fourth down. This is the interception.
The interception coming up.
Yeah. They actually the starting quarterback couldn't come back in this last drive because he was cramping up. But this guy came in and did
he could throw.
A good job too.
There's no doubt about it. And there's the play right there, stepping in front.
That kind of sealed it right there.
So 35-21 is your final score, and a well-played game. I think you had enough of stuff that you could really talk to them about maybe where to fix a few things. But overall, I think you could grade it out, and all three phases, again, seemed to work out pretty well.
Yeah.
Special teams were good. I mean, it sounds weird, but special teams were other than a couple of kickoff returns they had on some stuff, it was sort of a very sort of subtle, subdued kind of special team.
Yeah, I mean, those kickoff returns hurt, though. And you get
they actually scored, at least I know, on one of those drives. Maybe the second one, too.
It's a big difference when you start at your own 20 and starting at our 20. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we've been working on that this week, and those are things that we have to fix and continue to work on. And I think what happens is, we start the season off and, we really focus on those type things. Then you go throughout the season and, 90% of your kickoffs are in the end zone.
Right.
And then last week against Riverview, the three that weren't inside the end zone, we had them stopped
way down
inside the 10 twice, and inside the 15 on the third time.
And then on the 1 yard line when they did the one that kind of checked up on them in that one
as
well.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So human nature, you go into the office on Saturday, you're feeling pretty dang good about your kickoff team, right? Until it's time Friday night to kick off, and you're like, I didn't get in the end zone, doesn't look good.
I'll tell you what I thought was an interesting way of doing it, maybe a smart way. They put their starting running back in there. He's a big guy with some speed, but when he hit the point where they were going to make contact, he ran through some people because he was coming at you with a 40-yard running start.
We didn't stay in our lanes. We didn't. We just kind of didn't adjust to where the ball was, and to me, it was just like as a player, you just someone else will make a play, and and we didn't put a bunch of emphasis on it throughout the week because we did so well on it. You know what I mean? So those are things that we got to fix and know going forward, because we can't afford that, like going into a playoff game. Like that'll hurt you.
We've talked about
time.
over the years, a playoff game, especially starting getting into where there's a lot of talented teams, but a lot of talented people back there, and open field running is a that's a killer sometimes in high school football when a guy can do that. So yeah, definitely have to make sure you get that shored up.
And then on the other flip side of it, I mean, they kept the ball away from Tyree, so he never really had an opportunity to return any of them.
We had one return. It was a 1 yard sort of
and one of
recovery.
Them, I think we tackled each other.
Yeah, they're both going for the ball. So
we go from having like probably one of the best returners in the country to we're tackling each other. You know what I mean? So
right.
We got to work on that too.
Yeah. So again, moving forward, get Sarasota this week, and then basically we're done at this point.
Yeah, I think after looking at the rankings and how everything kind of turned out, it doesn't look like we're going to have a game. I mean, right now I'm leaning towards not even playing one if it does present themselves. I think with the only thing that I'm worried about that could possibly happen is Riverview jumping us.
Right.
As far as the state and the region goes, like we're either 3 or 4.
We're in that spot. Yeah,
we're not
much.
We're not going to gain anything. We're not going to jump to a number 2 seed no matter what. So it doesn't really, other than having some competition, before not having 3 weeks off before the playoffs start, there's no real reason to play a game because it's not going to benefit us in any way at all.
And sometimes they try to manufacture something to happen, it doesn't happen anyway.
I mean, yeah, and then the only thing that it can guarantee is like it'll just guarantee Riverview's not going to jump us.
Right.
That's all it can guarantee. But just doing the numbers today, I don't think they can anyway.
Right, and because there's so many of those X factors that come into it. Their strength of schedule, our strength of schedule, things that and I will tell you that ultimately, we talk about the point system and how it operates. It does usually work itself out the right way, whatever you might perceive the right way to be. Unless
they get in front of us. Then
yeah, but I'm saying I think looking at it right now, we know that we understand the formula how to get there in regards to strength of schedule. Obviously, winning football games is a large part of that equation as well.
Yeah.
So getting that all worked out. I mean, you hope that it works out the best because you try to do the best to schedule it properly back in January or whenever it's done. So we'll see. And of course, it is.
Well, there's always going to be outliers, and I'm sure that we're all going to hear because we've been the outlier.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing podcasts about the state. The main writers of the state for Florida, have been talking about us for the last 3 weeks about our rankings and like this is ridiculous where they're at. This shouldn't be there. It doesn't make any sense. And I was always telling our guys, like, just relax. At the end, it's all going to make sense. We just got to win the games we're supposed to win.
Because it's not a beauty contest. It's a calculation.
Right.
So that's when you got to worry about if it's a beauty contest, then you're like, you don't know what's going to happen. It's subjective, and it's not. It's just you just need to be.
And everyone now is like, oh well, yeah. That's the. It's not about your tough, playing a tough schedule. It's clear now. It's not about playing a tough schedule. It's all about wins. Well, not really, because you look at hopefully we'll Riverview ends up 8-1-1.
Right.
And we'll be 6-3, but we'll be above them.
Right.
Because we play a tough schedule.
Right.
Yeah.
But 6-3 means there's still a game to play this Friday night at Sarasota.
Yeah.
So we got to make sure we take care of that.
Oh, and not that Riverview didn't play a tough schedule. Their schedule was brutal.
No, I mean
But we played a little bit tougher schedule.
Yeah, I think
little bit.
At the top end,
as
far as the IMG and the First Academies and those teams like that, I think that top end is a little higher than their top end in regards to that. They play us. They play Venice. So that's always a big part of the schedule as well.
Yeah, and they play Melbourne Central Catholic too.
Well, they got Manatee coming up too.
Yeah, Manatee.
I mean, I think about that Manatee rivalry with them because that's been a rivalry for a while. And not to get off track, but they definitely have a mutual I wouldn't say dislike for each other, but they've had some battles over there because remember they were always in that higher classification.
Yep.
And they've had to face each other a lot of times in those years. So
yeah, I think Riverview gets them this year.
Riverview, like I said, they have a solid season so far, and you just got to tip your cap a little bit, tip your cap to what they've done. But again, a few more games left to go, and we'll see how that all how it'll work. This is where it gets the end of the year, and I'd say like round 2 of the playoffs. Something weird always happens.
Round 2, it's a
like,
killer. Wow, I got a whole sign. I got a whole billboard of round 2s.
Right.
For my first 10 years.
Right.
10 years in a row, buddy, of round 2.
And round 2 seems to be sometimes it's just where somebody knows you a little bit, or they lost the game they shouldn't have lost, and they should have been the district champion, and you're playing a really tough team. So it always seems to be round 2. We talk about some teams around the state that we all kind of follow going along.
There's a lot of just looking at when we were looking at today, just the points, and you were kind of asking who our region was going to be. There's 3 or 4. I think there's two districts that are decided Friday.
Yeah.
And there was one, I don't forget who it was. There was one like if this team doesn't win, they're out. Like they're totally out.
Yeah.
Because they're like 2-6.
Either they're all in or they're all out.
They're like
win or nothing.
They're 2-6, but their 2 wins are district games, and everything else.
And it's weird because you say like, well, that's an obvious. They're 2-6. No, you come in there play with reckless abandon. You catch everybody off guard, and next thing you know, you come out flat for a game. It just in high school football you see a lot of that where games can just be flipped by emotion and a few calls one way or the other. So it's always fun to watch. Let's take a quick break and come back, and let's talk about Friday night's game against the Sarasota Saros. Last game of the year, district champion, district on the line. We've already got it kind of sewn up, but again,
it is sewn up. We're district champs.
But nonetheless, a district game against a rival.
But it is a district game.
Yeah, absolutely. Take a break here from Bogies. Come back with the John Peacock Coach Show right after this.
We'd like to take a minute to acknowledge all of our sponsors that truly make this happen. State College of Florida, Chick-fil-A,
Absolute Aluminum, Jenkins, Lightning Fast Car Wash, Venice Pest Control,
Players, Ryan Brown, Damon Wilson, Trey Burton,
Ships Excavating, AstroTurf, Athletes Perspective Group, X-Tech,
Advanced Asphalt, Sarasota Ford, The Hupp Group,
Bogies of Venice,
and a special thanks to Suncoast Credit Union.
At the Hupp Group at Keller Williams Island Life Real Estate, luxury isn't about price. Luxury is about the experience that we deliver to every client. We are a full-service real estate team offering expert marketing, strategic negotiations, and 5-star communication across every transaction. Our team includes 7 licensed realtors who work together to bring results, experience, and personalized service at every price point. With dedicated in-house marketing, operations, and complimentary property styling, we elevate every listing and guide each buyer with precision and care. Over 80% of our business comes from referrals and repeat clients, because at the Hupp Group, every client receives the luxury treatment, no matter the budget. The Hupp Group, strategy, results, luxury.
Hey parents, start your child's savings adventure today with Ernie's Kids Club at Suncoast Credit Union. New members who open a youth savings account get a free 2025 Zoo Tampa Pass, financial literacy activities, and entry into special giveaways. Simply become a member and make an initial deposit of $50 or more to qualify for the Zoo Tampa Pass. Invest in your child's tomorrow while unlocking roaring savings today. Visit suncoast.com/kidsclub or your nearest branch to get started.
Quality education, exceptional value, and endless possibilities. All at State College of Florida. Thinking of starting college or switching careers? Our flexible schedules and student resources will help you get to the finish line. Apply today at scf.edu/lets go.
Back here on the John Peacock Coaches Show, Coach Sarasota Sailors. A road game for the Indians. Not a long trip. You can take it up 41 and hopefully get up there within an hour, depending on the traffic on Fridays. But I know that Coach Campbell had gotten the team. It's a building process. I think he took over maybe a winless team when he did take it over, or was they have a win or two? I don't recall, but I know he had to start from scratch, and he's got some pieces there right now where he can do some stuff.
Yeah, I think they started the season off, on a high note.
Right.
They kept going, and I think probably, I don't know. Excuse me. They ended up losing to Lehigh, which I think, you may play that game 10 times. Sarasota might win 8 of them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but that goes back to what we were just talking about, how anything can happen on a Friday night. So they might have came in a little unfocused or a little,
and
confident,
sometimes
overconfident.
the ball bounces a certain way, and then you start getting overwhelms you. Turnovers and penalties can be such a thing that makes everything closer. Makes it tighten things up in a lot of cases.
No, you're exactly right, and they have some good players. They have their quarterback is they think that he's a power, a top 4 of the
power 4.
So they have a receiver number 1 who's really, really talented. He does go both ways, which might cost them a little bit, with our tempo. But they've always played hard. I always thought, even last year, when we were getting ready to play them, they didn't have the type player that we're used to seeing on film, like what we've been playing. They just didn't have those guys, the same type of guys. But I thought like last year when we played them, going in the game, I was like, dang, those kids play hard.
That's 100% right. They all played hard.
And they hung in some games that, like, man, I'm not sure they should have been in those games. But they played really, really hard. And their quarterback was like a real I'm trying to remember last year, but he was like a real scrappy kid.
Yep.
Probably doesn't play quarterback anywhere else but Sarasota. And, like, he just was a competitor, like kind of like a kid that will go through a brick wall for you.
Right.
And I think he's got the same thing going on this year. It just looks a little different where they got a quarterback who's got some arm talent, and they got a receiver they can throw the ball to. And, sometimes that can be a blessing and sometimes that can be a curse. I don't think they run the ball as well as they did last year.
Sure.
But obviously, at some point when you're rebuilding and you got to win some games you shouldn't win. You got to be able to throw the ball a little bit. And
well, it's if one-dimensional football, while it's still possible, it's very difficult in high school to be one-dimensional.
If
anymore.
it ain't wing tee or split back veer or yeah, exactly.
Because you're multidimensional in the running game at that point, but you're not. You've got to be able to at least make somebody respect the throw, a little pass a little bit.
But they do. But I'm saying they're dangerous enough on offense.
Yeah.
With the receiver and the quarterback, and if they can get it done on offense. And like I said, they play hard on defense. I think if we come out and play the way we should play, we should be able to move the ball and score and do all those things. But at the same time, they're dangerous they're a dangerous offensive team, and they can be dangerous, whatever. And they play hard.
So this is actually what week 10. In regards to the season.
Week 10, yeah.
And it's amazing how fast the season goes by.
Man, I can't believe this is it.
And I was trying to figure out why does it feel that way. I think a little bit of is that when we start of a game or two in August, it kind of that makes those games they're great games, but those August games put the season into an 8-box window when you go September, October.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've kind of felt like we've started the season over 3 times with our quarterback situation.
No,
this is week 1.
There's something
I feel
to
like
that.
I did it 3 times this year.
We're talking about Darion getting into his own right now. And that was week 9.
That was week 4,
right.
Week 5.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're saying to yourself,
it's what is it? It's his 3rd start.
It's got to be more than that.
His 3rd start the whole time.
Okay. All right.
I'm asking. I don't know.
I think it's at least 4. I think it's 4 because we played IMG.
Who was after TFA?
Lehigh? No. I don't know. Riverview, CCC, IMG.
I think this is his 4th start.
So, but there you go.
I'll look.
But there you go. And so, yeah, I mean, there's been a reboot, a couple of reboots.
Yeah.
And that sort of makes the season go by quick because you're sort of like you're like, okay, we're
reinstalling on
going
that's
on
week 1.
The fly. There's no doubt about it. And even like with some of the stuff we've had some injuries in some situations, but
we haven't been fully healthy yet.
No,
we have not been fully healthy yet.
So
as soon as Mott came back, Macho left.
The seasons, I'll even say this, the seasons has been like 2 games, 3 games, 2 games. It feels like it's been that whole way.
Feeling.
But a lot of home games too. But I mean,
Yep.
nonetheless, even those home games, there's been some tough games in that home field this year. So, and then a lot of other just the idea that you had the new field, and then you put this new screen up, and then you're putting this thing up. So all those different things felt like everything was new.
A lot of early distractions this year. I mean,
Yes.
a lot of early distractions in our season. But right now, I feel like, all right, now the stadium, like, it's okay. Like a piece of gum falls on the ground.
Right.
We don't have to call the janitor up at 3 a.m. Hey, we found some gum out here.
Right.
Like, so I feel like people are starting to relax a little bit, and it's not all this crazy nonsense going on. But you know what I'm saying, and how it just was. So, I think everything's starting to feel comfortable, and because there was an awful lot of distractions on everything. Like, we had to figure out how to get our signs out there. We got to figure out how to do this. The Jumbotron, was it going to be ready on game day? Where's the video board at? And,
there were so many things, and even going into it,
are we going to have sound on Friday night?
Right.
Because we didn't have it the Friday before the Friday.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but everything's in place now, and
because it is funny, because like I said, now everything does feel, because with Pal Davis Stadium in particular, you got used to certain things. You were accustomed to be sitting where you're going to sit and doing what you're going to do,
Right.
and how this was going to work, how it looked. Because everything looks different. The lighting is different. Obviously, the field is different. Scoreboard's in a different spot now than where it was last year. And so all those different things lead up to, like, again, it does kind of feel like, what's the next thing we have to kind of get past and take care of?
Right.
And now you're at the point where I would say that you're if you're not at 100% as far as what you're going to do regarding the season, you don't have much more time.
I think the first time we're going to be 100% is going to be round 1.
Playoffs. Yeah, I was going to say that too.
Yeah.
Everybody will be back ready to go. That'll be interesting to see, right?
Yeah. Will it be the first time?
I know. It's like, this is what we truly could be, or what we can be. So hopefully that doesn't throw everybody off a little too much. That they may say, hey, well, it's all right. We got all of our guys back, and we're all comfortable with everything. So again, Friday night, that's up at Sarasota. Just go ahead and go up there, 7:30 start. We always do well when we travel, especially when we travel to anywhere in Sarasota. We do really good. So come on up there. It should be a beautiful night. I think like that morning on Friday morning going to be in the mid-60s. So we're looking at probably something real similar to that by the time we get
The weather
going.
was great last Friday.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit of a breeze as well each night, so that doesn't hurt at all either. Go up there and root with the Indians on against the Sailors. Always a rival, no matter how good or bad either team is. It's a rivalry game, and look forward to it, especially that it's a district game and our last regular season game of the year. Let's take one more time out and come back and talk a little bit about what's going on in football, not just here in Sarasota County and Manatee County and Charlotte County. Maybe a little bit about some football that happened, some things that happened over the weekend. You were at a game. I was at a game. Some things happened before, after, and during those games as well, so we'll chat a little bit about that. Be back here at Bogies with the John Peacock Coaches Show right after this.
We'd like to take a minute to acknowledge all of our sponsors that truly make this happen. State College of Florida, Chick-fil-A,
Absolute Aluminum, Jenkins, Lightning Fast Car Wash, Venice Pest Control,
Players, Ryan Brown, Damon Wilson, Trey Burton,
Ships Excavating, AstroTurf, Athletes Perspective Group, X-Tech,
Advanced Asphalt, Sarasota Ford, The Hupp Group,
Bogies of Venice.
and a special thanks to Suncoast Credit Union.
At the Hupp Group at Keller Williams Island Life Real Estate, luxury isn't about price. Luxury is about the experience that we deliver to every client. We are a full-service real estate team offering expert marketing, strategic negotiations, and 5-star communication across every transaction. Our team includes 7 licensed realtors who work together to bring results, experience, and personalized service at every price point. With dedicated in-house marketing, operations, and complimentary property styling, we elevate every listing and guide each buyer with precision and care. Over 80% of our business comes from referrals and repeat clients. Because at the Hupp Group, every client receives the luxury treatment, no matter the budget. The Hupp Group, strategy, results, luxury.
Hey parents, start your child's savings adventure today with Ernie's Kids Club at Suncoast Credit Union. New members who open a youth savings account get a free 2025 Zoo Tampa Pass, financial literacy activities, and entry into special giveaways. Simply become a member and make an initial deposit of $50 or more to qualify for the Zoo Tampa Pass. Invest in your child's tomorrow while unlocking roaring savings today. Visit suncoast.com/kidsclub or your nearest branch to get started.
Quality education, exceptional value, and endless possibilities. All at State College of Florida. Thinking of starting college or switching careers? Our flexible schedules and student resources will help you get to the finish line. Apply today at scf.edu/letsgo.
Back here at the John Peacock Coaches Show. Coach, locally, like I said, a lot of teams are finishing up their schedules here in the next 2 weeks. District championships will be solidified, and I think the representation from all three counties. There's some teams that are going to be deep in the playoffs this year with how they've played their season out and being district champions. That helps them as well.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there are quite a few in our county. You got Port Charlotte, that's south of us. Hopefully we can do all right in the playoffs. You got Carter Mooney, who's probably going to be favored.
They're ranked number 1 in the state in a couple of those polls.
One or two, because they got to handle Bowles. Bowles is going to be a tough one for them.
Right.
Manatee. I don't know if Manatee makes the playoffs. I haven't really looked at that.
It's tough right now. I think that one you mentioned before, some of the teams that had just 3 wins and all 3 wins were in the district, they might be in that same
Manatee
vein.
I think Manatee owns the title of the toughest schedule in the state.
Yeah.
As far as their points, I got to look at it. But someone told me that today. I never looked at that kind of stuff, but I guess because it ranks your strength of schedule, I think they are ranked the highest strength of schedule.
I read a blurb, somebody in that said they might have gone too far with that schedule. You know what I mean? Because again, sometimes you want to play the best.
It's all about if Coach Green can or has them focused on what's important.
Up there, Palmetto looks like they're going to be probably a district champion, and they've played some really good football.
Now, whose district are they in?
They're with their main rival is going to be Parish Community, and they played Parish Community early in the year and beat them. Yeah. But Parish Community's been on a roll ever since then too. So
I think Palmetto is just on a little different level.
They got some players. They got some guys can make some plays.
Palmetto.
Yeah.
I think they're on a different level than Parish Community.
Booker looks like they're on a roll as well. So
Booker has a chance. They won't run into a buzzsaw until either the semis or the state, depending on where they end up playing Northwestern or Central. But even not, if they don't play one of those two, they'll have reigns.
There's some guys at that top end of that classification.
That's always one class I was like, I don't want to be in that class. Like, I don't want to play. I don't want it to always come down to. I don't know what I'd pick.
But and think where you got to go. You either got to go to Jacksonville or over to Miami, or vice versa, back towards you. And
I was referring to, like, I don't know if I would have picked. Let's play St. Thomas in the semifinals, or let's play Miami Central.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
But speaking of St. Thomas, I think that there's going to be a new winner in 5A. I don't think that they get it done. I think that they're down a little bit, and I think that someone else takes 5A this year.
Again, and a lot of tough teams in 5A. It is spread out pretty evenly. We talk about the 1A classification, how it's got Chaminade in it, and CCC is a 1A school. Yep. They're a power. Powers in 2A, powers in 3A, powers in 4. Right up the ladder, you've got teams that if you come out of a state champion as a state champion, no matter what your record is, you're a top 25, top 30 team in the country. Yeah. I think that's how they look at it, because you think about what you've got to go through during the regular season, but then when you go through in the playoffs, because anybody in those semifinals matches is good enough to win a state championship. It's a matter of how well you play that night.
Armwood in 6A.
So
you're here first. Armwood 6A.
Okay.
5A. I don't even know who there is 5A, but I'm saying it's not St. Thomas.
Right. Okay.
4A. I don't know who's in 4A.
3A is
who's 4A.
Is that Port Charlotte? Are they in 4A?
Port Charlotte, yeah. So Port Charlotte. So that's who does Port Charlotte have to play?
Gosh, I would tell you it's always going to be somebody from across the state.
Yeah. Oh, that's like Norland.
Could
Norland
be.
is 4A. Yeah.
So they got that set up too.
Yep.
And then you got the Heritages. And
I'm saying that Port Charlotte goes to the semis.
I believe that. I believe that too.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I think again, scheduling was good for them this year, and
3A.
they played very well. Their quarterback is very talented as well too. So that helps a lot.
3A. I'm gonna say Booker goes to the state championship if they don't have to play the team. Well, they still got Reigns. All right, I'm gonna say Booker goes to the state championship if they don't have to play Northwestern or Central
before that
in the semis.
Right. I can see that. I can definitely see that. So again, keep an eye on it. We'll look at our local teams. It's good to have that many playoff teams. Obviously, Riverview's in our region as well, and it's fun to watch because, like I said, the news media, let's just say in particular, when they're around for more games, it hypes everything up a little more. It feels like. Yeah. It's good when you're local, like if we're playing but when everybody's sort of playing, man, it just feels like everybody's paying attention to different things.
Right.
You're checking out box scores. We're up in the press box doing live stream, and we're like, how are they doing? How are they doing? So it's really good when that happens. I always feel like that sort of winning breeds more winning, especially if you're seeing the guy up the road doing well. So I think that's always a lot of fun. Switching over to college football, you were in Auburn. I was in Gainesville. Fantastic games as far as from a spectator perspective.
Man, I tell you what, I went to go see Damon obviously play, and what a game I ended up seeing.
Double overtime,
night game at Auburn, and I've never been to a night game at Auburn, but it's
different.
It was really, really electric. It was a really cool game. I mean, they got eagles flying around the stadium. They got fireworks going off every 5 seconds. I mean, it was just – they got a hype man that's hyping everybody up before the game. I mean, they got the largest video board in the country. Like, it was a really cool deal.
I have some friends that are from out of the state, out of the area, let's just say, and I get questions and they say, what's it like at an SEC football game? Or even – and you just say – let's include the South, okay? Because you got to consider the ACC having some teams as well. A game at night in the SEC or in the South is unbelievable. You've got the whole day's worth of hype, tailgating, everything else goes in with it, and then the show they put on inside. Those first, the 10 minutes before the game starts, and the 10 minutes after the game starts, no matter what the situation, is some of the most intense football watching you could honestly ever see.
I've been to Florida LSU at night. It was nothing like this.
Was it at Florida you saw it?
At Florida.
Yeah, so at Auburn, LSU does an unbelievable job on those Saturday nights. They talk getting hyped up. I mean, I say it all the time. If Florida's playing LSU at 7:30, that's I don't care who's coaching
at
LSU. At LSU, it's an L. That's a tough place to play.
Well, I'll tell you what.
And Auburn puts on a show too.
It was awesome. It was really cool, and I don't even like Auburn. Like not even a little bit. Like,
right.
Like,
well, you're an Alabama guy too.
You couldn't pay me to wear an Auburn shirt. So for me to walk away and say that, it was really, really cool, and it was an intense game. I don't know if anyone got to saw. Or anyone had a chance to see the coin toss for overtime?
It was wild.
I mean, it was an intense situation.
Make sure it's not safe for work. But there's definitely some stuff that was said.
Depends where you work.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But it just proves how intense and how hyped it can get.
Yeah.
And right now, as far as the SEC is concerned, the games that are getting played the last couple weeks, I mean, it's hard to turn away from the SEC. Georgia, Ole Miss. Vandy, who's just on an absolute roll right now, top 10. Probably, I don't know if they're top 10. I didn't see it.
They have to be.
Came out.
They only have one loss.
Yeah, and they beat LSU, who was in the top 15 at that game. Florida, Mississippi State came down to the last play of the game.
Is LSU guy? Is he going to get fired?
I think he's secure for this year. He'd
Yeah, I'm talking about the end of the year.
He'd have to lose at least 2 or 3 more games and get a real crappy attitude towards
Really?
everybody. Well, there's buyout money and there's other things like that. So, and I don't know if you want to throw your hat in the middle of all that. Now, listen, it happened before where all of a sudden Brian Kelly said, "Hey, I want to be the coach at LSU," and he showed up from Notre Dame and went to LSU.
Right.
God, if somebody came knocking on the door that was the right guy and it was a kind of a real bad ending to the season, there you might see something because there's nothing he's doing that's not
All right, well, who
repeatable.
doesn't make it through this year at SEC? At
Coaching?
Yeah.
Well, obviously Billy Napier's gone.
Well, he's already gone. He didn't make it to the end of the season.
Let me see. Well, Arkansas got rid of their coach, so Pittman's gone.
Yeah, they didn't make it to the end of the season.
No.
They're together
Yeah.
at the beach,
they are.
counting their money.
And Bobby Petrino came in at Arkansas and looked a lot better. I don't think. Kentucky. And there might be a problem there with Stoops. I think he might be on the outs because he's got a couple of tough games that he's got to get through. And it was a rough one against Texas. And Texas hasn't played very well either. They're struggling.
But he's not on the hot seat.
No. I would say Kentucky would be one. And I don't think I really see anybody else who is in that. There's not one that kind of shines any brighter than that.
What about Norvell? Is he in trouble?
Oh, he is in trouble, but they're not. They came out. Nothing's going to happen. He's going to play out the season. And
after that though,
I could see them waiting. There's a date. I should know this, but I don't. There's a date where when he gets past that day, the buyout becomes a lot less, and they can pay him off by over time to 2031. He's not going to get all his buyout money. Right? They can do a payment.
Where
plan.
are the days where, this guy's the head coach, and he's 12-1, almost wins a national championship, but then 2 years later the next year we have a bad year because everyone graduated. I mean, when is the time where hey, we got this guy's back?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's coming because the decision making now is becoming so financially burdened for the university. You just can't have a strewn of coaches that you're paying money all over the place. You know what I mean?
But when you're going to just say hey, this is our guy.
No.
Did Spurrier ever have a bad year?
He had off years. I wouldn't say bad. 8-4.
Okay, 8-4. But 8-4. If someone goes 8-4, they want him fired.
Well, it depends on how your people look at you. I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying. So, but Spurrier, they trusted him and they had his back.
Right.
So he was there for a long time. He only won one
national, but he run 7 SECs.
Okay, all right. So he won one national championship. Okay. And how long did he coach there?
12 years.
I just feel like if we had a guy that went in there, if Florida had a guy that went in there for 12 years and won 8 SEC championships and never won a national championship, they'd want to hang him.
Well, that if you're looking at,
I think it happened.
Well, let me tell you where it happened real quick. It's happened at Penn State because that guy won.
That's embarrassing.
Won double digits.
That's embarrassing.
And
that guy.
He got the door prize.
And where was Penn State before he got there?
Right. They were.
But you know what's going to happen? That's where they're going to end up again.
Right. It's because there's again, you got to get through the threshold. Ohio State, Michigan, that kind of thing. It's tough.
Penn State had. They were going like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we lost the game.
Yeah.
Sometimes you lose games that you're supposed to win. It just happens.
Some injuries come, things happen. You know, it is what it is.
Here's my thing. Okay. So we won a state championship last year.
Right.
Week 1, what did we do?
Lost.
And we looked really bad. Man, I'm glad they didn't fire me then.
Well,
give me a chance to get it right.
I think that you're going to see now where people are going to get realistic because it is going to be harder. There's not going to be a lot of one loss or no loss teams anymore because it's going to be such parity in college football. It's going to look like the NFL. So a 4-loss team, a 3-loss team, 2-loss team, it's more likely to be that way. And you're going to.
It just seems to me like the expectations and how it all works. Have your guy. It's your guy. I'm going to stick with him.
Right.
I'm going to stick with him.
Right.
I hired him. I'm sticking with him.
Right.
Like if he has an off year, he can have an off year. We're not gonna, and he's not gonna feel like he's getting fired either.
Well, unfortunately, what happens in college football, and I'll kind of end it on this, is that the fanatic, the rich fanatic booster, has a say in that situation.
Well, they shouldn't.
And that's what happens sometimes.
They
And that's
shouldn't.
unfortunate because they can whisper in somebody's ear and say, "Hey, remember that $19 million I was going to give you? I'm not going to do it anymore."
Well,
so that
here,
can really
before we end
affect it.
real quick, this is what happens. So you get a situation where that takes place, right? So we get rid of a guy that's probably the guy for the job. We get rid of him, and now we spend the next 7 years or 8 years or 9 years with 3 other coaches that can't do the same thing and that make it worse. And then watch 10 years from now, see where Penn State's at.
Right. And by the way, this is what's happening at Florida. It's the fourth guy since the guy.
And then Dan Mullen was what?
One bad year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It really is.
Yep.
Okay, well, we're done. So Friday night, don't forget, Pal Davis. Nope, not Pal Davis. Go to Sarasota High School. 7:30 kickoff, as always. Indians versus the Sailors. District game. Come on up and support them, and hope we have a good ending to our year for sure. For Coach John Peacock, I'm John Massoni. Thanks for watching the John Peacock Show. See you here next week.
What time is it? Game time. 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 Going beast mode when the game begin. I worked all summer to be a champion. At Venice High School, all we do is win. Man, it feel good to be an Indian.